Hey everybody. Hi, welcome to McKellar Motivational Monday. We are here on Facebook and Periscope and Instagram, and I've got this weird light thingy on my face, which is really awesome. I just noticed that. That's great. Hey everyone, so my name is Danica McKellar, and every Monday we do McKellar Motivational Mondays. We talk about something interesting or something that would be helpful for us to have better weeks. Oftentimes they are reminders of things we sort of already know, but it's just good to talk it out just for a few minutes every Monday. So I sort of love this tradition. That's why I do it, and I appreciate all of you guys so much. All of your shares, all your participation. Thank you so much. So where are you guys watching from? I wonder if any of you guys saw my Instagram this morning. I did this inversion. I did a headstand and went upside down, and it was challenging, but I want to get better at that stuff. I really want to be able to do a handstand, which I can't do yet, but hopefully soon. So Vegas, thank you. Well, happy birthday, Mike Led 1. Where am I that it's daytime? Los Angeles. It's still light here. I'm not driving the car right now, no, but I'm in my car. I'm in the back seat. Magic Mountain, what? North Dakota, Vancouver, Virginia, Pueblo, Colorado. Very cool, very cool. Hello from Connecticut. Nice, nice. Wendy Cooper, I love that. When people call me Wendy instead of Winnie. It's your unbirthday, Real Padilla, what? Or Padilla. Hollywood Hills, very cool. Thanks, Tony. I helped you pass your college entrance exam, Chameleon. Yay! I assume that's in math, probably. It's what I write books about after all. Oh, Kirk and Caleb, little baby Caleb. Okay, so this guy Kirk always sends me pictures of his grandson, I think, or is it your son? I think it's grandson, Caleb, who's so cute with my books. He's a baby. It's adorable. So nice to have you. From Albany, Oregon. Nice. How am I this inspiring Monday, Jimmy? I'm great. Thank you for asking. You're watching from the Minneapolis International Airport? Very cool. Santa Monica, Kentucky. Awesome. So, I didn't forget. Yeah, I did not forget this Monday, that it was Monday. That's true. So, I wanted to talk about something. There's a quote that I heard, and it has to do with not letting go, holding on to stuff in the past, and holding a grudge, holding resentment, holding on to resentment. And it's a great quote that I love. It's and this is it. Holding on to resentment from another person is like drinking poison and expecting the other person to die. First of all, have any of you guys ever heard that quote before? Holding on to resentment and hatred towards somebody else is like drinking poison and expecting the other person to die. I love that. I just find that so interesting. You've never heard that? Peanut butter and toast? What a great name. Happy belated birthday, Ray. First time catching me on this, John? Well, welcome. So, hello, Akula. You've heard that before, Jimmy? You have too, Ray? Well, you probably heard it from me. Did you? Very cool, Kirk. Well, you've heard it from me too. These are my regular viewers. I recognize the names. I have never been to Brazil, Carol, but I would love to sometime. It's actually one of the places I really, really want to go. I will at some point in the next couple of years, I bet. It's a biblical teaching. I don't think that you have heard it, Lisa. It probably wasn't put quite that way, or maybe it was. There's a lot of. I don't agree with everything in the Bible, but there are some really great nuggets, really important pieces of advice that we'd all probably be better off for if we followed it. So how many of you guys have ever done that? You're hating on someone. You're just and you're thinking of all the bad stuff they've done, and you're just going through it, and you're just going through imaginary conversations you want to have with them where you just take them down, and you're doing all this drama in your head. And yes, Eddie, it's a waste of energy. It takes discipline though. It takes true mental discipline to not do that. But it's so easy to fall into that trap for some reason where we just, people do stuff and nobody's perfect and people make mistakes, sometimes big mistakes, and sometimes that messes up our lives in big or small ways. Well, that's really good, Dyer Christie. You're guilty. Lisa, we all are. Well, most of us, maybe not that one guy who said they never have. But, right? It's so easy to slip into that trap. And all you're doing is like creating poison in your own body. And I really do believe that. Our thoughts and our physiology are completely connected. Which is why, like, adrenaline happens, right? So you're scared or you have a rush of a feeling and you get this adrenaline. You can feel it. It's actually like your body has just created other chemicals. And the chemicals it has created, yes, when setting out for revenge, first dig 2 graves. Oh, that's so good. B.R. Clay T. That is so good. That's great. First dig 2 graves. That's creepy. I have, like, goosebumps. Yeah, they're living in your head. You just... Yes, and if you're feeling good, you're more energetic. Right. So we all do this sometimes. And how do we not do that? You know how, so when I'm really angry at a person, whether it's somebody I know or somebody that I don't know or whatever it is, but I'm just really, really angry at them. In particular, somebody who's done like really heinous crimes. Because the idea is we're supposed to forgive everybody, right? But how do you forgive somebody who's done something so horrible? I try to imagine them as a baby. I imagine them as a baby before they were tainted with whatever it was that's caused them to do bad things or dishonest things or things that hurt other people, whether they realize it or not. Try to picture them as a baby. If you picture them as a little baby, as an innocent, because they were a baby at some point, they were an innocent baby. And if you can do that, for me, it kind of helps to open up my heart and just forgive a little bit more. Any of you guys ever try that, or do you like that idea? It is hard. I don't know how to say the name. Pack? Yeah, take a small pause. You know what I mean? Picture them as a baby. Have you guys ever tried that? Have you ever thought about it, or what do you think? I know hurting people is really selfish. That's true. But you know what else is bad is us spending time dwelling on it. Yes, DNA may have something to do with it, but I'm sorry. Picture them as a baby, just like, this is just like Adam Sandler and The Waterboy. I don't think I saw that. That's funny. Like The Waterboy? What do you guys... Okay, so there's a movie called The Waterboy with Adam Sandler, and he has done the same type of wisdom. That's really, really funny. Hello, Patsy, Kenny, baby. That's true, Wendy. Never judge anyone. No one knows their story. We must choose love. That's so much easier said than done, but that's a really good point. You will use it, Mark? Yeah. Oh, good. Deja se hablar y lee. I think that means already spoken and read that. I think. I'm learning Spanish right now. I'm not sure if I got that right. Trying to see the person in their pure state rather than their flaws. And sometimes, in the case of family especially, sometimes people do bad things and then you have to be around them for a long time sometimes. And it's an interesting exercise because you have a choice. You can either choose forgiveness, or there's the alternative, which is like drinking poison every time you're around them. And sometimes you have to be around them a lot if they're family. That's not good, you guys. You've got options. We've all got choices with how we deal with stuff. Now, I don't understand people who say, I'm not speaking to this family member for 10 years. Like, I don't get that at all. I can't even, because they're family. Yeah, you can be mad at someone and they don't even know it, and the only person affected is you. That's true. That can be happening. That can happen too. This is live. Mark La Colina. You choose alcohol, Hawkeye. I don't know if you're making a joke or not, but some people do that. I would not recommend it as the solution. The Fonz is clearly extremely wise. What did the Fonz say? Holding hate shortens your life. Yes, it does. Eleanor Roosevelt quote. Oh, I wish I could, I saw all this. I wish I could see all this stuff, in actual sequence. Hey, Drake. You choose jokes? Okay, good. That was good. I am Danica from Dancing with the Stars. I'm also Danica from the Wonder Years and from Hallmark Channel movies and from the math books that I write. Yes, you're only going to stress yourself out. That's so true. Oh, hey, Darth. You missed an important first 8 minutes. Well, I said one of my favorite quotes about revenge and holding on to negativity that you've probably heard before, and that is that when you're holding on to a grudge and holding on to resentment, it's like drinking poison and expecting the other person to die. So we've been talking about that. life is already too short. And one of the things I mentioned as a potential for, this is a good recap for anyone joining recently, one potential tool is to picture a person. If you're really, really angry with them, picture them as a baby. And then, you know what, go a step further, especially if you like kids, if you like babies, which I love babies. Picture them as a baby, and then picture holding them as a baby. That person as a baby. And it just, assuming you want to get to a place of forgiveness, assuming you want that, and I believe it's worth wanting. 231 Kicks, how did I like doing the punishment from Practical Jokers? That was like so fun. Loved it. Thank you, Mikey. I do care about the world. I also care about you guys. I really, I feel like these chats are so good for all of us. They're good reminders for things that we've heard before and that we kind of know, but we need reminders. Eleanor Roosevelt, no one can insult you without your permission. The way I heard that is no one can make you feel inferior without your consent, which is basically the same thing. That's true as well. That's true as well. Thank you, Jim. You just thanked me for the hours of entertainment. I appreciate that. Hey, Carl in Michigan. Okay, and Tony just did some quote about revenge is like drinking, I don't know, like killing, setting fire to your own house. I didn't quite catch it. Math Bites, Keenan, Math Bites is still up, just except for the pie episode. So the other episodes are still up, but you can see the pie, just the music video itself on, if you go to mckellarmath.com and you go to fun links, just scroll down, you'll find it. Have you been, you know what, we all, Mystic Ninja, we all feel that sometimes. There's always people, the older you get, the more interactions you've had, and the more likely it is that you've interacted with people who've not been very nice and who have maybe done damage of some sort. And just letting it go. Yeah, someone just wrote, let go and let God. Whether you believe in God or not, it's such a catchy phrase, and it's really nice. Let go and let God. And you know what it means? What it means is we don't have as much control over the world around us as we'd like to think we do. And first you were like, oh, that's a bummer. I wish I had more control over the world around me. But can you imagine the responsibility of that, you guys? It's great news that we don't have control over the world around us, because otherwise there'd be so much to do, there'd be so much to worry about. A lot of us worry about all that stuff anyway, or a lot of it. So just remember that. It's a good thing. It's a good thing that we don't have so much control. And then when you find yourself trying to control somebody, then you go, you know what? I don't have control over it. I really don't. Let go and let God, or whatever the universe or larger power that I think most of us admit that there's something else at work. It's not just us. Someone else. Who wants the keys to heaven? God does a far better job being God than I would. Right. Yeah, we just don't need to be we can't be in control of everything, and even if we tried. So let's stop trying, relax, and then reclaim some of that energy for ourselves. Oh, thanks, Holly. I mean, Allie. Allie, yes. Oh, thanks, Tolan. My, Darth, I'll, you know what? I'm probably going to do another 3-week hiatus over Christmas as my guess. That was really good because everyone's kind of on break anyway, and we'll see. But the breaks really are useful. Social media breaks. You got to take them sometimes, you guys. So, yeah, so this is what we're talking about right now. And I think we're almost done. Any other, what's my favorite sandwich? That wasn't the kind of question I meant. I was going to ask you to ask me, but I really like a turkey and avocado sandwich. Yeah. But basically nothing else on it. Maybe some mustard. Thanks, Cyberbully. Cyberbully? What kind of name is Cyberbully? Just, maybe is it ironic? I hope you're not really a cyberbully. Don't be a cyberbully. Don't do it. That's going to be like drinking poison too, right? I mean, right? You can only control how you act, Lee. That's so true. You can also control some of your thoughts. I think like the initial thought when you first have like a hit about something, you're really upset, then, and you have some like really negative evil thought. And we all have evil thoughts, you guys. There's no such thing as thought crime. But it does become thought crime when you dwell on something really negative, and then the next thing you know, you're drinking poison and expecting somebody else to die. That's metaphorically, of course. You know, we only have a certain amount of energy. We only have a certain amount of time on this planet. So how do we want to spend that time? What do we want to spend that time thinking about? Because our thoughts create our world. They create the perception of our world around us. Minority Report. Right, thought crime. Luckily, there is no such thing as thought crime. I am friends with Candace Tatsuya. It's really funny. We try to get together for lunch quite often, and it just never happens because we're both so busy, and we've got families. Pre-thought, right. Holding a grudge is like holding a huge boulder. Eventually, in order to set your body and mind at ease, I can't see the rest of it. But I assume that means let go of the boulder and let it roll down the hill. Thank you, Ms. L. Girls. Reboot the Wonder Years pizza. Not sure if that's going to happen. Fred Savage had said he would never do it, so I think that means it's not going to happen. No, wrestling guy, I do not. But Murr is a very nice guy. So, all right, you guys. Thank you so much for joining me. Thank you. I really appreciate all your follows, all your shares. Thank you for being part of the conversation. And this week, if you are just feeling like angry towards somebody, remember, just like holding on to anger is like drinking poison and expecting the other person to die. Let it go. Let it go. Find forgiveness. If you can't find forgiveness, try to imagine them as a baby and hold them as a baby and say, it's going to be better. It's going to be better. And just do your best to choose that. Choose the good feelings and the good thoughts. That creates the good chemicals in your body, as opposed to the bad ones like adrenaline and things. Like the good stuff. You know, the good stuff, the loving stuff, the nurturing stuff. And that is what's going to create the world that you live in and the world that you perceive. So let's do our best to spread love to ourselves and others. And have a wonderful, wonderful Monday and a wonderful week. And I will see you very soon again on the Dana Cam. You are the D Squad, and I appreciate you all so much. Mwah. Bye. It always takes me a minute to end these things. Let's see here.